Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Sly, and I'm here with Flo, and we just back from the training camp today, and Trey Lance. That's what we all want to talk about. So unofficially, he went 10 for 20. Didn't look all that great, man. His deep throws seemed off. Even some of the short passes were off too. What do you think about everything, man? What are your thoughts on seeing this today?
Yeah, man. Obviously, Trey Lance, he did struggle a little bit today. Seemed like he was still overthrowing the ball a lot of the times. But at the same time, man, that defense was not giving them much time to even look downfield at times. He also freaking, we had no real time to set anything up because that defense was constantly in our backfield, getting right to him. And the shots he did, like I said, he either missed high or one of them. Actually, the very first play, he had Deebo Samuel, and it seemed like Deebo was just a little bit slow. I'm not sure if he's still working out or working back into his playing shape, but I thought last year Deebo would have made that catch, and it seemed like it was just out of his grasp. Actually, I think he got a few fingers on it, but it just came incomplete.
Because he took that 40-yard shot off the right side, and I thought Deebo had it with two hands. I thought he had two hands on it, and he dropped it. And you know what? It pretty much was a sign of how it would go for Trey Lance this last day of the training camp. The second one, he went a deep shot. I believe he went to Turner, and that was a pass interference call, so that would have been a 40-yard completion. But yeah, it wasn't that good, man. It wasn't that good. He was missing passes, and like you said, man, our defensive line was absolutely just destroying the offensive line. It was bad, man. Every second, these guys were getting the backfield. Drake Jackson, Teray, when Bosa was in there selectively, he wasn't there a lot, but when he was in there, he was batting the ball down. So it was bad, man. It really was. Time to panic? Absolutely not, man. Like I said, he has his good days, bad days. Yesterday, I guess he had a really good day. 13 for 17 today, 10 for 20. So I think they said he finished around 52% overall throughout the whole training camp. You could tell Shanahan was frustrated. I think one thing that did upset me when I noticed, I believe it was our third play, where Kyle Shanahan called the play. Trey Lance went to the huddle, and they were confused. They didn't know what the heck they would have done. It looked like it would have been a delay of game, or they would have had a call timeout. Trey Lance looked to Kyle Shanahan, and then Kyle Shanahan put his hands up like, come on, dude, call the freaking play. And so they had to like huddle again, and that led to, I think, an incomplete pass. So it was you could tell that we're in August right now, because there's a lot of things that have to be worked out because we're not ready, and the defense just absolutely pretty much, I think, dominating for the most part.
Yeah, man, and pretty much the biggest issue is going to be that line, especially our center position, man. It was rough, man. I think it came to a peak when Brunskill, man, he got blown up, put on his back. It was kind of embarrassing. Even from the stand, I was like, dang, did you see him just get ragdoll? I think that's going to be pretty much our biggest need right now is that center position, and we're going to get exposed. Hopefully it happens during the preseason, so Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch know we got to go out there and we got to get someone to solidify that center spot.
It was bad, man. Like everything was just a disaster. The offensive line was just getting blown up. There was a few nice passes to Kittle. I think the best pass from Trey Lance, I believe, was a 25-yard strike to Ayuk off the left sideline. That was probably his best throw. It was like one of his last throws of the practice, and that was pretty good. So, I mean, I think that kind of gave a little confidence for Trey, because remember, he's going to play in this first preseason game. So hopefully he got a little confidence right there, because like he said, he has got the arm. He's got the arm, but he's just got to be more accurate with his passes, because a lot of the throws, especially the deep ones, man, those deep ones were just, a lot of them were just big time misses, way overthrows, and can't be doing that in the game. But one thing I did notice is that we were running the ball a lot with Trey Lance. There was like 6-7 plays where we just ran it, designed runs with Trey Lance. One of them, I think, was a big one, got a nice run, but a lot of them were getting like 5 yards here, 3 yards there. Some of them did get hit behind the line of scrimmage. I think Drake Jackson blew one up completely, just freaking got Trey Lance in the backfield. So yeah, man, it wasn't that great from running the ball, but there were those design runs out there that they had.
Yeah, so Trey Lance looked good when he did run the ball. I think we're going to need a lot of that in the offense, especially early on, to have a lot of design runs by Trey Lance just to keep the defense kind of honest, because right now I think our offensive line just needs time to kind of gel, still set up, and it's going to take a little while for them to get clicking.
Yeah, we were sitting next to some guy, and some guy was next to us. He was like, "Man, Sudfeld's looking better than Trey Lance out there." And you know what? It probably was true because Sudfeld and Purdy probably had the best days today. They both had pretty solid days. But, Trey Lance, he was taking shots. He was taking shots at downfield like 25, 30 yards. It just wasn't connecting. There was one play where Trey Lance should have got picked off. There was a play by Hufanga. He just read Trey Lance like a book, read his eyes. Boom, he broke on it. And if he would have caught that ball, he would have taken it to the house. No one would have touched him. Another play, Fred Warner, he went up the middle. I think it was to Kittle. Fred Warner read that too, man. And he got his hands on it too. If his hands were more sticky, he would have caught that and probably picked that off. So that would have not been a pick six, that one by Fred Warner, but he did get his hands on it. So Trey, he's got to read the field better. He's got to read the field better because it would have been 2 interceptions if our defense, if they would have caught it. Like, I won by Hufanga, though. I got to give him credit, man. He looked like Troy Polamalu, just reading Trey the whole time. So got to get better on that for sure.
Yeah, man. And that one where you're talking about Hufanga, the guy was technically open, but man, Hufanga just broke on that ball quick. I didn't even think he was going to be able to get there, but he covered it. It seemed like, what was it, like 10 yards within a second. That was a great play by Hufanga. His instincts, man, we've been saying it. This guy reminds us of Troy Polamalu, and in that play, we were just like, dang, that was like Polamalu-esque. So he's bringing that element in that safety position that we didn't really have last year, and I think he's going to do pretty good as a starting role this year.
Yeah, well, I'll say this. People are probably going to see this and be like, oh, man, Trey, that was pretty bad, man. But like I said, I'm telling you guys right now, he would hike the ball. Literally, sometimes he would have play action, and there would be a dude right in his face, man. There was literally one play. Trey Lance did a play action, and Bosa was right in his face, and I think Bosa batted the ball down, and Bosa was like, I'm not having that. Another play where I think he got a pass off to Juszczyk in the flat, did another play action, and I think it was Trey in his face, literally in his face, and he actually did a good job just throwing it to the flat, getting juice for like 5 yards. So I got to give him some credit right there. If you were there, man, you would see it was bad, man. These guys were just getting his face. A lot of them would have been sacks, man. Let's be real. A lot of them would have been, he would have got his ass sacked because our offensive line was just getting blown up. So I give him some of the benefit of the doubt. I know some fans were getting a little frustrated by Trey, but you got to put everything in context, man. If you don't have an offensive line, man, it's going to be rough. So
yeah, and the sacks, they weren't result of the quarterback holding the ball too much. It was just like you said, just that pressure was just there within probably 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, every single down. It wasn't like he had time to really throw, and the times he did, he just missed, and then he had the 3 completions, that pretty big completions, and that was about it.
Yeah, like I said, the longest one probably would have been Ayuk, that one for 25 yards on the right side. Beautiful pass. So I like that, man. I thought that there were some things that were that you could say, okay, this is good, came out of it, because for the most part, though, it wasn't great with that first team offense. I believe what our corners, our top 2 cornerbacks, they weren't there, so I thought they were going to be cooking, but it just didn't happen. Him and Deebo Samuel are not on the same page at all, man. Deebo looks a little slow. Every pass, I think, from Deebo, it was just didn't connect, man. So, I mean, these two got to find it together. But you saw Brandon Ayuk and Trey Lance have a little connection there. So it's good to see that. But yeah, obviously Deebo and Trey they're not on the same page right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much right now it's Ayuk and Kittle. It seems like the only 2 guys Trey Lance really trusts. Jennings sprinkled in there occasionally, but those 2 guys have pretty much caught the only balls above 15 yards today, and George Kittle's was just like an amazing diving catch to secure that one.
That was a good catch.
If not, it would have been a really, really rough day for Trey Lance today.
Yeah, I think you just got to do is one thing he's got to do is not lock his eyes on a player, because when he did lock his eyes on Kittle that one time, Fred Warner read him like a book, man. And the other time, I think, who was it where Hufanga almost got it? Was it from Ayuk? I forgot who it was. It could have remember. Yeah, when Polamalu almost got the pick 6. I can't remember who it was too, but he locked eyes on him the whole time, and Polamalu, Hufanga just read him like a book. So he's got to learn how to look around, make sure he doesn't telegraph his throws. So, yeah. Anything else, Flo?
Nah, that's it.
All right, guys. So that's what we got on Trey Lance. The last day of practice, officially, unofficially, 10 for 20. Had some good passes, had some really bad passes, but that's it. That's a conclusion of training camp. We'll talk about what happens the preseason game in about 3 days, so should be fun about that, talking about that. So that's what we got, guys. Make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.